2025 has already been a pretty decent year for VR, with some heavy hitters like Arcanage, The Midnight Walk, Hitman, The World of Assassination, and the bound-to-be-great eventually, Wanderer Fragments of Fate. These games have delivered some of the best experiences that VR's ever seen, but there's still 5 months left in the year, so I decided to take a closer look at all the games still coming in 2025, and there are a lot of them, and whittled the list down to the ones that we're most excited for. Let's check it out.
I hope she doesn't find us here.
Sophie is blind, alone, and lost in a crumbling mansion. Her only hope? You, her beloved teddy bear. In Out-of-Sight VR, you'll see the world through Teddy's eyes and guide Sophie navigating a world of creeping shadows and haunting secrets. This groundbreaking second-person VR horror flips the script on the traditional perspective, as Teddy, you're Sophie's only friend and only lifeline. Alright, let's be honest. The reason we're excited for Out-of-Sight VR is because we've been begging for Little Nightmares VR for so long now, which actually just got announced. But fortunately, Out-of-Sight looks special all on its own, offering up a distinct style of gameplay. Race through neon cities, alien worlds, and orbital circuits, lean into every turn using intuitive chest-based controls designed for comfort and immersion. Outrun missiles, drop mines, and blast your way to victory. This is VR racing at full throttle. Race with up to 6 players and cross-platform online multiplayer across 30 tracks that span highland valleys, desert colonies, and neon-lit cities. If you've been paying close attention, then you'll know that this is not the only futuristic racer that's coming to PSVR2 later this year, as Omega Pilot Evolution is also planned to be coming out in November. But of the two upcoming futuristic racers, this has to be the one we're most excited for. We've played it on Steam and Quest, and the sense of speed is awesome. The weapons are great, and there's a ton of tracks. And honestly, it's only coming to PSVR2 because the community made a ton of noise about it. The future's in flames, overrun by ruthless machines, but you're built to fight back. Roboquest VR is a lightning-fast roguelite FPS where speed, firepower, and reflexes are your best weapons. Play solo or team up in 2-player co-op. Adapt, survive, and reboot the future. Honestly, I'm a little surprised that I'm excited about Roboquest VR at all. The roguelite genre has been overdone to death and infected every other genre of gaming out there. But when a good one comes along, it can still grab my attention. And if you've ever looked at the reviews of the flat-screen version of Roboquest, this is a good one, featuring fast-paced action, base building, and a ton of persistent upgrades. Plus, it's a fast-paced FPS, something a lot of developers are scared of in VR. So it's good to know these guys are not holding back. Sound pulses through your body, mind, and eyes with every block you place, triggering dazzling visuals synced to the driving beat of an infectious, eclectic soundtrack. Journey through over 30 stages of synesthetic sensory wonderlands. Everything from lush jungles to buzzing Tokyo streets to more surreal experiences. Matching blocks and crafting insane combos with the all-new burst mechanic. Mix it up with a variety of other single-player modes, or test your mettle against friends or strangers in online multiplayer. When I first got a PSP, the Lumines UMD almost never left my system. Lumines addicted me in a way that Tetris just hadn't in decades. With a killer soundtrack, simple but unique way of clearing blocks and making combos, and when Tetris Effects got announced, all I could think was, man, I wish they gave Lumines the same treatment. Meaning that Lumines Arise feels like a game that was designed specifically for me. The Red Planet is vast, desolate, and utterly indifferent to your survival. With nothing but your wits, limited resources, and the tools at your disposal, you must carve out an existence in one of the most hostile environments imaginable. Monitor essential survival stats like oxygen, nutrition, health, and power. Establish and maintain production loops, crafting the tools and upgrades necessary to keep your operation running smoothly. Discover a compelling landscape with tools like jetpacks, hoverbikes, and rovers, and manage structures to expand your Martian outpost strategically. I actually don't know a ton about Pioneer other than what Wes wrote on the PlayStation blog and the stuff that I just read here, and that's intentional. I've played games like this before, like Mars Alive on PSVR1, and the hook has always been not knowing what to expect around the next corner. So I'd rather go in not knowing what to expect. Fortunately, it's coming from Bulwark Games, who made Genotype, so it'll probably be pretty good.
3, 2, 1.
Embody a reluctant hero, wield extraordinary abilities, and journey into a perilous world of crossed realities. Make every move matter to shape your destiny. Delve deep into a spectacular world packed with mythical threats and secrets to uncover. Freely jump, climb, and zipline across breathtaking environments with smooth, intuitive traversal while engaging in thrilling and emergent combat against imposing deadly adversaries. Once upon a time, nDreams was a studio that could do no wrong, but gradually the wheels started falling off, with Ghostbusters Rise of the Ghost Lord being one of the most disappointing VR releases we'd seen in a while. And with the recent cancellation of Frenzies on PSVR2, things weren't looking great. But with Reach, we could be seeing nDreams return to greatness. And the fact that this has been in development for 4 years from their AAA division, Studio Elevation, well, that's reason enough to be excited.
Where are we? This place gives me the willies.
A lone wanderer on the edge of space, a mystery as old as the universe itself, and one little robot who just wants to make tea. Into Black is a single-player or co-op first-person VR action-adventure that takes you into the depths of a mysterious alien planet. Explore the endless darkness, mine valuable resources, and fight off alien beasts as you try to repair your ship and escape. As great as the reviews were for this on other platforms, the reason I'm excited for Into Black is because the binary mill is absolutely killing it on PSVR2. They've already brought us amazing ports of Gun Club VR and Resist, which are the best versions of those games on any platform, utilizing all the features and power of PSVR2. So yeah, exploring these caves, killing monster, and crafting in 4-player co-op is gonna be awesome. But the fact that it's gonna look and play better than ever is insanely reassuring.
Edwin Murray has gone missing, leaving our property abandoned in his warehouse.
Enter the abandoned workshop of Murray's Costume Manor and unravel the mystery left behind by the reclusive inventor. In Secret of the Mimic, you'll step into a world where every dark corner holds a secret and every flicker of light hints at an ever-present threat. The Mimic, a prototype endoskeleton, can adapt to any costume and become any character, including what you fear most. Armed with only your wits, a few gadgets, and a heavily redacted corporate briefing, you'll attempt to retrieve Fazbear's prized prototype technology while grappling with cryptic clues and a relentless shadow determined to dispatch all unwanted company. The previous Five Nights at Freddy's games have been, at their core, a collection of horrifying minigames. But while all that was fun, we're definitely starting to look for more from the series, and that's what Secret of the Mimic offers. A bigger, more full-fledged game that's being heralded as one of the best games in the series. Hopefully, it can get here in time for Halloween.
No one knows how old the city really is. For me, it's all I've ever known.
The city is a place of shadows, ruled by the powerful and feared by the oppressed. Its rooftops form a labyrinth above the narrow, twisting streets. You are Magpie, a cunning thief orphaned by Northcrest brutality and shaped by the streets, who steals only as a means to survive. That is, until you uncover something greater, a legendary artifact holding a legacy from the past. Use immersive VR mechanics to steal, evade, and outsmart the forces controlling the city. Unravel its darkest secrets and expose a sinister conspiracy that looms over its very foundation. The Thief VR Legacy of Shadow is delivering on a promise made to us all the way back in 2014 when Shuhei Yoshida first revealed Project Morpheus. GDC attendees were able to test out a Thief VR demo, showing off what the game could look like and play like in VR, making us think that a full version was on the way eventually. It never came, but stealth games shine in VR, and with this one being built from the ground up for VR, we're expecting a lot of VRAF mechanics and plenty of stuff to interact with in the world.
Come with more trouble than others.
Experience the thrill of aerial combat with different competitive online game modes, such as team versus team and single duels. You're able to test your skills against other virtual pilots in intense aerial battles. The game's physically accurate flight and damage models are derived straight from War Thunder, ensuring that battles are immersive and believable, taking place exclusively from the cockpit view and with complete control over all flight systems. Why are we excited? I mean, the developers over at Gaijin Entertainment made War Thunder, so the fact that they've been hard at work bringing Ace of Thunder to PSVR2 and flat-screen PS5 gamers for literally years now is kind of promising. Sporting 90 frames native frame rate and some great interactive cockpits along with detailed landscapes, it's looking great visually. We're glad they're taking their time though, because we really want this to be special when it gets here. Ghost Town is a single-player VR puzzle adventure from the makers of The Room. This one takes place in London, 1983. Edith Penrose is a ghost hunter, busy exorcising her way through the city's restless spirits. But after her brother goes missing, Edith must draw upon her wits and supernatural talents to unravel the mystery. Use the unique physicality of VR to explore a variety of atmospheric locations with a controller in each hand and a torch to light the way. Experience encounters with a diverse range of characters, both living and dead, to learn the compelling secrets behind the hauntings. Use the dexterity of your hands to overcome tactile puzzles, cast spells, and even summon troubled spirits to move them on to the next world. Ghost Town's coming to us from the same team behind The Room VR Dark Matter, so we know the puzzles are going to be solid. And I know this is kind of cheating, but I've already checked out the first hour or so on Quest 3 and was pretty impressed by the story, characters, environments, and overall ambiance. And this is important to note. For all of you out there who are sick of VR horror, you're in luck. Ghost Town is creepy for sure, but I wouldn't call it scary. It's clear that the adventure and puzzle solving comes first here, so it feels like a game that's been designed for everyone.
This is getting weird.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know.
I'll get you out of this. Somehow.
The world you once knew is gone, and so is your memory. An unfamiliar voice urges you to defeat ADE, the AI behind the long-lasting 20-year war that's driven humanity into hiding beneath the earth. The surface is now ruled by hostile machines, new life forms fighting for their survival, just like everyone else. Journey through a dystopian tale where nothing is as it seems, and the line between friend and foe has never been so thin. Battle through a ravaged world to save what remains of humanity's future. Personally, I love single-player narrative-driven adventures, so A Lies in Rain would be on my list no matter what. But the developers are so insistent on making the PSVR2 version of this one look and play better than any of the other versions, going as far as to consult Vitruvius about DFR and resolution. And if you weren't already sold on this one, go check out the demo that the developers just dropped on the PlayStation Store. Not only does it look great, but it gives you a taste of the combat, the progression system, and the physics-based puzzles. If the developers can clean up some of the smaller issues and deliver on a full-fledged campaign, we could be looking at a Game of the Year contender here. Listen, we know that not all of these games are going to hit. In fact, statistically speaking, about half of them are going to be average at best. So keep an eye on the channel and we'll make sure to keep you up to date and give you impressions of each one as they release. And make sure you're subscribed to the channel because PSVR2 is just getting started.